Greetings, sunshines and sunnies. It is I, Queen J Lotus, King Sunkiss, coming at y'all right quick, right fast, certainly, for some full moon messages for Leos. Okay, so this one is going to be done. This one is being done as a pick a card. So we got two different collectives going on here. The first collective, you see the yellow and red love and money card on the top, and the second collective has the two feetses, the two avocado feetses on the top. Okay, and that is from the millennial tarot deck. So again, collective one is on the left and collective two is on the right. Again, both collectives are Leos. Okay, you can pick one or you can go with both and see what is in store for you. Take the meat and spit out the bone, child. And also choose your group however you feel best for you, whether you go by the timestamp, colors that you may be drawn to, or the signs and symbols on the cards that you can already see. Okay, it's all on you. You got your own clear audience, clear cognizance, clairvoyance, or whatever would have you. Okay, you can use that too. Take a minute to meditate. You can do that too. But without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into the specificities of group one. And boom, TikTok, greetings, sunshines and sunnies of group one. Now I ain't gonna waste no more time. Gonna go ahead and get right into the cricks and crannies of these cards. So, y'all's first card that y'all got. Again, I asked for messages for this collective of Leos from this full moon in Leo, which is today, February 1st. Okay, I'm recording this on today, February 1st. This good Sunday, 2026. All right. Do also know and understand that the messages can come to you. You know, you may find this video on a later date. Okay, the messages can still apply as they may. Okay, so don't fret if you don't see this video or you're not seeing this video, you know, all in the what you think would be the nick of time. Okay, time is a construct, you know. So yeah. You picking up what I'm putting down now. Y'all's first card that came out for y'all messages from this full moon. You got the Two of Fields, aka the Two of Cups, aka engagement photos, as it is in this Millennial Tarot deck. And the messages from this Two of Cups, honey. Okay, so it's good news, right? It's good news. It's giving good partnerships going on. So if you're in a relationship, there's really nothing to complain about, and it's like really all of the best to expect. All at the same time, there is a call here to reevaluate. So in this particular deck, what this card brings up is like matching PJ type pictures, doing the matching PJs tradition and things of that nature. So it calls to the attention of what that actually represents, the trust and the comfortability that it takes to happily look crazy or look cheesy with someone you love or people that you love. The thing about this is tricky, tricky, tricky. And the shadow self of Leo is the trickster. Okay. So the thing about this is a warning about trauma bonding. And needing to reflect and reevaluate on relationships that you've had where you may have found yourself acting more like your person's PR team, or this could even be friend groups. Okay. So where you were like playing PR person to your friend groups, always coming up with excuses for them. And again, this could be friend groups and or actual romantic relationships, take it how it resonates. But like I said, playing PR, always coming up with excuses and narratives to excuse behaviors. And this could come up in the form of pity as a form of self-love. Maybe not realizing it, but having enacted pity as a form of self-love, because trying to be graceful to people and you're thinking like, oh, they've been through this, they've been through that, and you're so understanding, okay? And it is genuine compassion. But at the same time, the enabling that was in the midst of those relationships and your way of navigating them ended up being uh toxic, trauma bonding, and like you evading accountability inside yourself vicariously through other people in some way. And so the Two of Cups is a love card, a partnership card, but it calls very loudly towards reevaluating your relationship with yourself and understanding that the way that you navigate relationships with other people is a reflection of things that you are doing for yourself, as well as could be also things that you're not doing for yourself. If you feel like you don't deserve it, you may misdirect the energy. So, for instance, if you feel like And this could be, beneath the surface, right? So if you've been functioning in a belief system that you don't deserve to receive gifts, then you may overly give gifts to your loved ones, overly play your part in that way, because some part of you is trying to both punish some part of yourself in that way, as well as you're trying to feed some part of yourself vicariously through someone else. So another example of that is if you got in trouble a lot as a kid, like if people always made you the problem, whether you were right or wrong, and a broken clock is even right twice a day, okay? But basically, not ever really getting credit for your good nature, not ever really getting credit for how good of a person you are, how loyal you are, how good of a lover you are, right? Growing up specifically. But yet, often getting a lot of the wrong types of attention. Like people are always eager to blame you for things, frame you for things, call out your flaws or shortcomings, or either and project their own bad behavior onto you. And so, like a defense mechanism to that, in a way, it's like having experience in trauma and you processing it like, I know what that feels like, so I don't want anyone else to know what that feels like. And if I can protect and prevent other people from having to experience that, at least when it comes to me, then I'll do that. And so that type of mentality, which is not bad, it just needs to be redirected. And maybe y'all have already realized that and y'all are still in that process, right? But just to continue on, so growing up in such a way and you processing it and responding to it in such a way, you end up or have ended up allowing people that you love to get away with more than you should, and to get away with a whole lot of things that are unacceptable, because you are trying to feed the part of yourself that never got spared, that never got grace, that never got the recognition of your redeeming qualities. Okay? So I hope I made that make sense. I hope I explained that thoroughly. In a way that y'all are able to pick up what myself and the divine realm and this full moon is putting down. Okay. Also, don't fret if I mess around. I don't think I said it yet, but I'm just giving y'all a heads up because it keeps flashing in my head for some reason. New moon. If I end up saying new moon, just know I'm still talking about the full moon. Okay. But I am acknowledging that right now. Somebody needs to watch Twilight, the new moon part. I think it's two parts to the new moon installment specifically. But yeah, somebody needs to watch that. But also there are some indications and stuff to look forward to as it concerns the next new moon that may be on the horizon. There may also be some elements of energy, of new moon energy radiating towards y'all. But overall it's giving like new beginnings type shit, fresh start type shit. And so rehabilitalizing yourself out of the muscle memory of having been so used to being in toxic relationships and toxic friendships and things of that nature, right? So for a lot of you, you may be in friendships or a friendship or a partnership of some sort where y'all have built up a really good repertoire with each other. Y'all have built up some really good trust and comfortability with each other. It's been some trials and tribulations, okay? Howsoever, y'all got into a real good state where y'all are feeling kind of ready, and I'm hearing, I'm ready to love you, hey, forever. Oh, what's his name? Tevin Campbell. I'm ready by Tevin Campbell. I'm hearing that song. So, if it's been a little quiet, don't fret, because it's really just been like you and your partner. And if your partner is a Leo and you watching this video to get insight on them, okay? And hey, y'all could be Leos and your partner could be Leos, because often Leos mostly click with other Leos. So that low-key high-key wouldn't be a surprise. But yeah, so it's basically been doing a lot of strategizing and making up the mind for itself that you are truly ready to love all the way down to claiming your love out loud. It's not that you've been hiding your love or no shit. You just been unraveling slowly, and it's still, slow and steady wins the race. But also, y'all are ready to take some leaps of faith. Leaps of faith. Yes, y'all are ready to take some leaps of faith in your relationship that have to do with being silly. And something that's channeling Beyonce through here again. And it's a channeling I kept wondering why Beyonce kept channeling through so many different readings. It was an energy that I was unfamiliar with at first, but now I know what it is. And a lot of people tend to overlook the fact that Beyonce has a very, very silly side. Beyonce has a very goofy, silly, not like totally unserious ass side. There are a lot of videos like way back when and not so old of like Beyonce off guard, Beyonce just being, and she is being just silly as hell. Okay, and so that's coming up here as is bringing up Pink, the song by Pink, where she say, "Why so serious? So raise your glass if you are wrong in all the right ways, all my underdogs. We will never be anything but loud and itty gritty, dirty little freaks. So come on in, raise your glass. Just come on in, raise your glass. Yes, yes." And so like the relationship that y'all are opening up to, and the relationships also that y'all attracting, like if you ain't got no friends right now, you hella loner, goddamn, you ain't got no relationship right now, you are attracting your village of dirty little freaks. But in the best way. In the best way. A lot of you are realizing that you are a hell of a lot. You a whole lot of woman from the way you walk and talk your dress. Hey, okay, Kelly Clarkson, whole lot of woman coming up right there. I don't know if I said the lyrics right, but you get the heat, cuz I'm a whole lot of woman. Y'all should go give that a listen, cuz that's my jam right there, and it definitely will have you feeling yourself, and it'll definitely make the most sense of what's coming up here, right? Because y'all are realizing that y'all are a hell of a lot, and I'm a Leo too, so I'm gonna just go ahead and say we're a hell of a lot. And that's how it is, and that's how it's gonna be. Okay. So we don't need to be shrinking ourselves. We just need to be in places that is big enough to handle us. I'm channeling also NLE Chopper. Okay. I be swimming with the sharks. Pussy nigga, you a lobster. And the thing about sharks is they only get big as their environment will allow them. Hmm. Okay. Okay. So that's something to note right there. And it brings us back to Beyonce. Whereas there's an old video of an interviewer asking Beyonce if she could choose to be any animal in the world, what animal would she be? And she says that she would choose to be a whale. And I can't remember all the detailing of how and why she said that she want to be a whale, but it had to do with being larger than life. It had to do with being huge and everlasting and like beautiful and feminine symbolism and shit. Now, mind you, in this video, she was not speaking like how I'm speaking, like something about. She was like, I would want to be a whale. They're so big and grand and larger than life, and the like, you see what I mean? Like, she was being for real in what she was talking about, but she was also being silly as fuck. So y'all are coming back into their truth yourselves, and also remember that what I said, the shadow self of Leo is the joker, the trickster, the fool. Okay, and that's not always a bad thing. Okay, it's a light and dark army. Which side you choose? And we'll go ahead and let that song channel through, which is Lemon by Rihanna and Pharrell. The intro to that song is The Truth Will Set You Free, but first it'll piss you off. Okay, Lemon's yellow. It resonates with the solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus chakra comes right before the throat chakra, which is blue and also resonates with the truth. You see that card is blue. Okay. The truth also heavily resonates with the sun, and Leos are ruled by the sun, and that's why Leos are prominent when it comes to the frequency of truth. And we are human walking lie detectors, honey. Yes, God. So this is also a call to action to get blatantly honest, not only about who you are, but also who you want to be, and also what you expect from your village. Okay. It's one thing for you to be comfortable, being silly and playful and unserious, maybe even cheesy or corny, or something of the sort with your loved ones, but straight up looking foolish. Okay. Don't get the fool mixed up with foolish. Okay, they are two different things. The fool right side up, even in the card sense, is a good thing. It's about leaps of faith. It's about acting in the state of confidence that is so young, wild, and free, because you know that you can trust yourself and you can trust the universe because you can trust yourself. You can trust your divine realm because you trust yourself. You can trust anyone that you're around and anything that you're doing because you can trust yourself to take care of yourself and always be on the side of right. You may not always be right, but your intents and your functionality, your soul set and what your grounded is, will always be on the side of right, because that's what you are choosing. Okay, that's what you're choosing. But from this reading and this energy, honey, is given that that's what y'all are choosing, honey. So that's what's doing, honey. But again, okay, you could be a fool in love, but don't be foolish in love. Now there's two different songs channeling in at the same time with the same name. So these songs are channeling through it's like two different sides of the same coin. Again, it's a light and dark army, which side you choose. So we got Fool in Love by Tina Turner. You just a fool. You know you in love. What you say? Yes. And you got Fool in Love by Rihanna. I guess I'm a fool. Ooh. Okay. I'm a fool in love. And I sang it crazy like that on purpose. So you can understand the difference. Okay, so that you can understand the difference. And like I said, and as I'm elaborating, continue to say, those two songs are channeling through for you to be honest about your feelings shamelessly, and also for you to reflect and maintain your wisdom in the lessons that you've learned from being foolish in love in the past. Okay, be it romantic or platonic. Now let's get on over here to y'all's love and money card, which is really just some elaboration, reaffirmation, and confirmation of the card that we done already read through. And this is more good news. All right, so self-discipline in reverse. And it's the number 34. 3 is the number of creation and divine purpose. And the number 4 is the number of divine manifestation, as well as love and celebration, celebratory love. Okay, coming together, we are family. I got all my sisters with me type of energy bars. A song that is channeling through with that as well. Well, another song that is channeling through with that is specifically is, oh, it's both of them, huh? Okay, come on through, Diana Ross and Sister Sledge. I think that's the other group. But okay, yeah. So I'm coming out. I want the world to know. You got to let it show. Okay, that's one. I'm coming out. I want my girls to know it's time we take control. Hey, okay. So one is the obvious classic, and the other, the second version of the lyric that I sung is Keisha Cole and Iggy Azalea's version of the song is from the Other Woman soundtrack. All right, those songs are channeling through. As some of you, like, it's elaborating off of the last card where some of you are coming out, full public with your relationship. Still protect yourself at all times and don't overshare. Leos are not about their life anyway, but y'all get into a point where, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, probably post your loved one more. This is also giving engagements coming upon, marriages being solidified, possibly renewing vows, possibly just throwing a party just for love and inviting other couples to come through and celebrate with y'all, just having like a whole love celebration type shit. Okay. And for others of you, y'all are coming out of the closet. Some of you may not have been in the closet, but you just haven't been like, carrying and twirling and waving your flag. You know what I'm saying? But you finna be carrying and twirling and waving your flag like time out. You finna be letting the people know that you was here and queer. Okay, and it is everything. It is fabulous, darling. Yes. Okay, we love to see it. I'm so here for it. And good luck to you, as the good luck is already flowing through, because also, when you put the 3 and the 4 together, you get 7. Okay, the lucky number 7. Good karma, good lucky number 7 energy coming through there. And it's absolutely magnificent that y'all got this card in reverse, because also it reads off, there are so many temptations to break my discipline, but I'm trying my best to avoid falling into old habits and focus on building a better future. And guess what I started hearing with that? Oh, Casanova, me and Romeo ain't never been friends. Hey, oh Casanova. Some. I ain't getting all the words, but hey, the point is, the point is, y'all used to be some players back in the day, huh? Y'all used to be with the trickery dickory dock back in the day, huh? I already told you, I know about it. I'm a Leo myself, okay? Leo sun and rising. Booski. So I know about it. Yes. But y'all trying to put that player tip on ice, okay? Y'all trying to put that pimping on ice, okay? But there are some elements from that pimping that you need to maintain for your relationship. Certain things like, what you did to get it, you got to do it to keep it. So you got to remember to keep the flirtatiousness up, okay? The charisma up, that razzle dazzle up in the relationships that you are trying to maintain. All the while, y'all are showing great commitment. And this is Spirit, the full moon, giving y'all props as well as a pat on the back to keep going with the commitment that y'all are on track with, committing to keeping that Casanova spirit down, that Jezebel spirit down, that player pimping spirit down, okay, and being committed to who and what that you say you need to be committed to, and that you want to be committed to. Okay. Also, this could also correlate to substances as well. And so this is spirit saying y'all's hard work, y'all smart work is paying off in more ways than one. Again, it may have been quiet for like the past couple of weeks or so. January might have been, good, but kind of confusing. And like a whole lot of shit was chasing you, like trying to get you to feel depressed, trying to get you to go backwards, much like the card says, trying to challenge your discipline. And you passed those tests. So this is spirit saying straight up, you passed those tests. And this February and beyond, this 2026, and I'm hearing also the next 13 years and beyond, if you play your cards real right, and come out and have the best of fun that you really can be, and all the good faith that you can spew and do, honey, you can take all of the best and all of the divine design of that 13-year energy into infinity and beyond. Yes, God. That being said, I did hear it. Woody came straight up in my face. Some of y'all may need to go watch Toy Story, okay? If not Toy Story for you, you need to go back and watch. I'm hearing for some of you, watch Zootopia, watch The Bad Guys, watch The Lion King, watch hearing The Jungle Book. The Jungle Book. Oh my gosh. A lot of you, just in general, are needing to go back and watch some of your old childhood favorites, old childhood cartoon shows, animated movies like Wanda, whimsical type shit. Power Rangers. I'm also hearing Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland, as well as, the different variations of versions, whichever one that you into. I'm hearing The Wizard of Oz, Wicked, The Wiz. Okay. I'm hearing Hamilton. Somebody is into Hamilton, has a tight knit with Hamilton. Chicago. He had it coming. He had it coming, okay? I know that one is not a children's one, but hey, you might have been watching it as a child. It may have been something that you was watching as a child and you took a lot of inspiration from and too. Okay, I'm hearing Showgirls also, again, not a children's flick, but something you may have watched as a child and it gave you a hell of a lot of inspiration. I'm not gonna lie. I watched Showgirls as a child and I got a hell of a lot of inspiration myself. Okay, also, okay, I'm letting God use me real quick right fast right now. Because what also just flashed to me, and they want me to go ahead and tell y'all, when I used to stay up real late, because I would just be watching the movie channel. I love movies. I'm an actress. I'm an artist. I'm a performing artist of all sorts, and I just also really love movies, and I also love history. So I love the history that can also be gotten from movies and things of that nature. So also, I love documentaries and shit like that. It's another reason also why I like reality television as well, because it's a lot of historical things and sociological things that you can pick up in those shows and things as well. All of that to say, when I used to stay up and watch all of those movies and whatnot late at night, eventually it would turn into like pimping and prostitute documentaries. Okay. And so some of you may share in that experience where you are like maybe one of few in your village, or where you come from, or who you have been around or used to be around, that had those types of experiences where you were able to watch certain things like that, or you just so happen to have watched things like that were beyond your years as a child, that people may have found like inappropriate for children, but you were able to watch it and take in the educational aspects of it and not be influenced in a bad way. Specifically, there may be some things that seeped into your psyche that wasn't so good, and you're working through that and whatnot. However, Spirit is saying all of this to say, and for me to say all of this to say to y'all that y'all were allowed, one way or another, be it by your parents or the universe or just the circumstances, y'all were allowed to see those things as children, because the information that you took in, the education and inspiration that you took in, you are meant to use in your divine purpose. Okay. As we wrap up, I'm also hearing that some of you may feel called to, if you haven't already, tune in to the weather reading, the most recent weather reading that I did. So I'm going to try to make sure to put the link in the description box and or in the comments. And there is a message in that particular reading that is coming up in this reading here, and as y'all's closeout message, that you all need to meditate more. And you all need to learn more about astral projection, and you all need to astral project more, specifically to your divine design heart space, as well as to your higher self. You need to astral project to your divine design heart space, your rose quartz frequency, that is your etheric heart chakra. Basically, you need to astral project on that, and you need to astral project to your higher self. And I'm gonna leave it at that, okay? Cause I believe it's about that time where I remind y'all. You give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. You teach a man a fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. Y'all go fishing, baby. And with all that being said, child, if I do say so myself, honey, I have milked this cow dry. And I am thoroughly appreciative for the exchange of vibes. And if you feel synchronized, please do me a divine design and like, share, and subscribe so that you can be one of the first to be back through these queenly quotas for the next time. And be sure to bless that comment section with your questions and conversations. And as always, I bid you in all ways light, love, healing, and liberation. Emphasis on liberation. Mwah. Greetings, sunshines and sunnies of Group 2. And once again, we are here for y'all's messages from the full moon. All right, collective 2 of Leos. I ain't gonna waste no more time. I'm gonna go ahead and get right into the cricks and crannies of these cards. And starting off with y'all first card over to the left of them. We have the Four of Wands, aka went viral, aka Four of Vibes, and it's good old millennial tarot deck. So, honey, um, Mm. So, so yeah, some of y'all definitely are also coming from group one because I'm immediately hearing rose quartz energy, etheric heart chakra, and throat chakra. hmm hmm So I'm gonna leave it at that for now. If you was just in group one, you already know what it is. But if you started here and you was thinking about tapping into group one, you know what I'm saying? Real strong like, then you know what I'm saying, go ahead and do your thing. Do your thing. But immediately what is coming out here is this collective of Leos is about to have a hell of a lot to celebrate. Very much so Eight of Wands energy, where it's like a domino effect of blessings and opportunities and festivities coming up on the horizon. It's given like this first week of February is allowing you to charge up your social battery, pamper yourself, script and journal and do the listing, whatever it is you need to do to get yourself prepared to be swift up and at 'em in all the best ways. hmm Because this is not like working day and night type eight of ones. This is motion. Like you got steady motion that is you all actually doing what you love and getting paid for it in the form of currency, but also actually partying and spending time and engaging in activities that rejuvenate you more than anything. Actually spending time with people who also rejuvenate you. And some of you may have already been noticing, like, even in the simplicity of, like, you go to a store and when you first get to that store, when you was even headed there, you like, I don't feel like talking to nobody. I don't feel like being bothered, da da da. But then you see this person that maybe you familiar with or you not familiar with, but y'all end up exchanging energy one way or another. Y'all end up saying, hey, hey, or they're like, excuse me or something. Y'all just end up having some sort of exchange that ends up rejuvenating the both of you mutually. And you just clock in your head like, I don't know where that spark just came from, but something, I don't know, something about that just gave me like a boost of energy. Like I did not feel like mingling, but something about that just really got me up and at 'em now. And so again, lots of celebratory, festive type energy, more lighthearted type energy. Also went viral. When I'm saying that, I'm hearing vindication also. I'm hearing vindication. So it's a collective of you that quit a job, left a job, got fired from a job, got ran out of a job or something. And this could be one job or this could be multiple jobs that you experienced specifically in 2025. Specifically in 2025, and I'm hearing at the end of 2024. If you, for instance, were mistreated, singled out, ostracized, like I said, fired even for speaking the truth, for simply being different, for doing your job well. This is indicating that that job, that corporation is about to end up on the news, is about to end up in the news for something scandalous, something potentially that you called out and it got you ostracized, fired, pushed out, or put you in a position where you was like, fuck it, I quit. Well, basically, vindication is on the horizon. And it's going to be public. It's going to go viral. And it's going to send a domino effect also of people contacting you like a mug. People contacting you like, hey, didn't you used to work here? People who used to work there. People who ended up hearing your story even, whether you told them or not, or just other people ended up telling them because people have been talking. Okay. You finna end up like with your phone blowing up, like, huh, with people telling you, bro, you were right. You were right. Everything you said is coming into fruition. Everything you said is coming to light. Everything you accused them of, everything that you said that they was over there doing and probably doing, that they fired you for saying, that they ostracized you for saying, that they put you in a position to have to quit for saying and calling out, or even if it was just like I said, because some of you people just felt like you was doing your job too damn good. People were just being jealous and envious of you in general and just wanted to get you out. Just didn't want you to be there, just envying your fucking existence. Leo shit, right? But that's also what this card is giving. Like amongst the things to celebrate is also your vindication. And this is also hidden, like I said, as it concerns certain jobs as well as organizations. So I am picking up bands specifically, like marching bands. I'm picking up bands specifically. I'm picking up school situations, like college situations. I'm picking up dance team situations, different team organization, extracurricular activity. Oh, I'm picking up Greek organization type shit. Also church organizations, church congregations and shit like that that were bullified and ostracizing and didn't want the truths coming out, didn't want people who represented the truth, who represented true, authentic liberation and celebration and high vibrational energy. Because, hmm, so there are people who want to suck up everybody else's joy and drain everyone else and make everyone else feel miserable so that they can all fight at the bottom and they can always be seen as either the hero or the confidant or um the person that they go to for refuge. And this is bringing up churches real strongly. Specifically, it's not limited to churches, but that's the dynamic, right? So what it's giving is, for example, a pastor that spews discord one way or another, whether they do it through their sermons or they do it on a person by person basis. Could be two-faced messy shit one way or another. It could be through having sex with people in their congregation, and that being something that causes um, division amongst the congregation. It could be them um, being abusive to children in the congregation, one way or another, and that causing division because it could be on the low, and then the fallout of that, children acting out specifically, right? So let's say that the pastor is abusing children on the low one way or another, and then so now you have a large congregation of children in the church acting out, having behavioral issues, and so inevitably people are going to take the children to the pastor, not realizing that the pastor is the villain. And so what this is also giving, and what this is also called, is match pump hero shit, where people cause problems so that they can be the hero. They cause problems so that they can be the resolution. And when people peep the truth of their manipulation, and or people have the potential to expose their manipulation, the truth of their manipulation, they end up villainizing those people, making those people the fool, maybe making those people the scapegoat, and making more people come to them for a refuge, for a hero, you know, and or come to their defense. Okay. So another aspect of that is the energy harvesting aspect, where I said the people at the head want to drain all of the jovial energy, most of the energy in general, but specifically all of the jovial energy, all of the happy, high vibrational, faithful energy. They want to be seen as the only person that has unbreakable, unshakable optimism, calm, cool headedness, faithfulness, hopefulness, things of that nature. So then when you have other people who come in who have genuine, unbreakable faith, unshakable hopefulness, unbreakable optimism, that presents a challenge for them, that presents a threat to them. Because for one, they've been pretending all of this time and they've just been soaking up all the energy of everybody else. They've just been being propped up by everybody else. But then you come in being genuinely the sun, even in the happy go lucky type of ways, in an unshakable way, in a way where even if you on your worst day, you still radiate optimism, you still radiate high vibration, truth, sunlight, warmth. That makes you hard to control. And it also puts people who have inferiority complexes and people who are faking the funk, it makes them feel in competition with you, even though they know they can't compete where they don't compare. And so, because they know that, that's why they have all of those minions to gather together to push you out.
And so that's where that's referencing the people where it's like you just got ostracized, you just got fired simply for existing. Like you didn't even have to say nothing. You didn't, you didn't go out of your way to be friends with people. You didn't go out of your way to not be friends with people. You were courteous and cordial, equal opportunity. You went in, you did your job, you did it even better, you did even more than a lot of people at times. You were Leos are natural overachievers. So it's like you was giving that energy, you going in, you doing your thing to the best of your ability. And for some reason, that pissed everybody off. And that's why. That's why, because they wanted to be seen as the only one, or they wanted just this one person to be seen as the only one who is the beacon of sunlight, who is the umbrella on on a rainy day. They didn't want it to be you. Crazy. And for some of you, this is just for some of you, in the literal sense of what I'm going to say, for some of you, you're going to realize that you have a case. And it's not going to be no long, drawn out case where you end up spending a lot of the money that you win on lawyers and all of that. Now it's going to be like very easy, open and shut. Like you likely won't even need a lawyer. Like you'll probably have people coming to you saying, hey, this company owes you this money. Here's your check. Or you may even have old supervisors, supervisors or whoever it is that because for some people they may get bought out, or they may just get their owners replaced by better people, and that person may contact you like, hey, we noticed in the books that we have some things here to make right, that in a legal, ethical, and spiritual sense. So here's your check. This is what we owe you. You were wrongfully terminated, or you were wrongfully treated while you were here. You were wrongfully ostracized. A harsh, toxic work environment was facilitated. You were underpaid. You were oppressed unjustly. Here's your check. And for others of you, you're going to get that justice and compensation, but it may come in different forms. It may come in the form of apologies that on the back end from elsewhere, you end up getting, other blessings that are like retribution from the universe. That is reparations essentially for everything that you've been through in those specific situations where you were literally, and see, let me acknowledge that real quick, because I feel like it's not gonna stop until I fucking acknowledge it. Something keeps trying to disturb this fucking message. It's a whole lot of shit trying to disturb this fucking message, because that is like the paralleling and the extra residuals of those pesty ass energies and pesty ass people that just wanted to attack you and wanted to ostracize you simply for fucking being. They just didn't want it to be you. They know that you the shit. They know that you the truth. They know that you are the celebration. You're not just the life of the party. You are life and you are the party. Therefore, destined for greatness. Therefore, a natural leader. You don't have to try. That's why they fucking mad. That's why they's going out of their way to attack you. That's why those energies and frequencies right now have been going out of their way in the midst of this message to try to tie up my damn tongue and disturb this fucking reading. But it's not gonna fucking happen because the door is closed, bitch. In case y'all ain't know, I'm a Leo too. So when I tell you I know about it, get them out of here. Mm-mm. And for some of y'all, this is also friend groups. For some of y'all, it's also friend groups. So just keep that in mind. But I'm definitely, in general, I'm seeing a lot of wealth in the form of energy, wealth in the form of restoration to your mind, body, and soul, your peace and your sense of home and your relationships and all of that, but also specifically money, money, yeah, yeah. And with that said, let's perfectly segue on into y'all's next card, which is mimic chess. Now, the thing about this is, the reason why y'all got the mimic chess here is because in all of this celebratory energy and all of this good motion that y'all gonna be having coming in, like I said, similarly in the recent messages that I was talking about, where I was like, y'all's vindication is gonna have a lot of people hitting y'all up, letting y'all know that y'all are vindicated, hitting y'all up to apologize, hitting y'all up to pay y'all back. Okay. And so some of these people, some of these hit ups, and even some people that may be new, some offers, some organizations, collectives, groups, people, whatever, that may even be new. Okay. Use your sense of discernment. Use your wisdom that you've learned from your previous experiences, okay? And be that human lie detector that Leo is. Because I'm hearing that line from the Nicki Minaj song. I think it's Chun Li. Not bitches trying to be friends like I forgot. It's gonna be some bitches trying to be friends like you forgot. It's gonna be some people coming in apologizing, rightfully so, paying you back money and things, rightfully so. But one, a lot of that shit, cleanse it, spiritually cleanse it. Pray for cleansing over it and for any toxic cords or strings that could be attached to it to be cut and dissolved. Okay? Because it's given, y'all ain't really supposed to be reconciling with anything that was a good riddance. If your life been better since they been gone, okay, y'all got a Kelly Clarkson song just came in, huh? It was a Kelly Clarkson song that came out in the previous group, but y'all got a different Kelly Clarkson song. Okay, since you've been gone by Kelly Clarkson, give it a listen. But yes, if you can finally breathe for the first time since motherfuckers been going, don't you let them back in your life. Remember what I just said? The door is closed. Okay? Because, and this is a Leo challenge tip, heads up. People like to play on the frequency of vanity when it comes to Leo. They like to tickle your fancy. They like to fill you up with compliments and gifts and a bunch of shiny stuff because, they know that Leo is very adorned by things of that nature. It's okay to enjoy the gifts, enjoy the vindication, enjoy the adornments, but don't be a slave to it. Okay? Don't be a slave to it. So overall, this was like really simply stated. But overall, it's given y'all are having a hell of a lot to celebrate. It's a hell of a lot to celebrate coming in. Anything that has you trying, anything that has you like feeling like you need to push and all. If it's confusing, no, no. If you're feeling like you're trying too hard or you having to try too hard, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Okay, still be the steadfast, determined person that you are, but don't be doing all that overplaying your part. Don't be doing all that extra trying hard and all of that because you don't have to try. That's You and I by John Legend channeling through. And so that being said too, that could be like the energy of that song could be how you're feeling about yourself now. And you need to maintain that feeling about yourself going throughout your life everlastingly, infinitively. Okay, maintain that about yourself. That's very much so evolved Leo energy. And also you're coming into a lot of people who genuinely feel this way about you, as well as if you're in a relationship, that is also how your person feels about you. And they also feel like you don't have to try that hard for them to love you. They love you for who you are. And that's a key thing too about the mimic chess messages. That's why I was saying if it's confusing or if it has you trying to try extra hard or trying extra hard and all of that shit, if they coming to you like, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Like we want you here and we want you to do this, but you gotta do this way and you gotta do da 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 da. You gotta cookie cut yourself and you gotta that ain't for you. That ain't for you. Like a lot of us have been taught that it's something wrong with just having gifts and blessings and things like that just fall into our lap or just be handed to us, just be given to us, that it's something wrong with us just stepping into an environment and things just falling into place and people just catering to us or whatever. We've been taught that it's something wrong with that. And spirit is getting us to a place and has gotten us to a place where they're showing us and everybody else that we do not have to be working all that goddamn hard and all the motherfucking time, day and night. We do not have to be working like a dog day and night. We do not have to be doing that. And we're not going to be doing that. Okay? Soft life, high pay, low maintenance is coming through. Just also keep a good eye open. Protect yourself at all times. I love us for real. Interestingly, too, Group Run referenced some of them doing a great job at fasting and or moderating from substances and such and all habits and whatnot, was particularly substances. And this one is a call for y'all, like if y'all been thinking about it and or even if you haven't, it's something coming up here to cut back on indulging in certain substances and or when you are in these celebratory and or professional and or celebratory and professional settings, sometimes they intertwine. Be mindful of, and I'm hearing that y'all are anyway, but be even more mindful. Like if you usually have a 2 drink minimum at a party, do 1 drink instead for now. Like if you go home and do whatever else, that's your business. But while being out and about and mingling for at least the next 3 months, when you're out and about amongst like mixed crowd and shit like that, like I said, if your minimum is usually
2 drinks or so, bring it down to 1. Don't hit nobody else's blunt. Um, Yeah, bring your own shit. Some people might give you shit. Don't take anything that isn't open. Like some of this is tied to the mimic chest shit, and this is geared towards enhancing your third eye and enhancing your sense of discernment. And also because I do keep hearing buttering up, and that's also like some of the attachment to the mimic chest messages. People who like to butter you up. Remember what I was saying? People who like to play on the frequency of vanity when it comes to Leos. hmm For some reason, Aquarius energy just channeled through. Take the meat, spit out the bone. You'll understand how that applies to you, because it could be someone who is an Aquarius that you need to keep your good eye open for, or someone who's an Aquarius that's had a huge influence on you. Aquarius is also the sister sign to Leo, so that's also something to think about. But yeah, dog, yeah. The overall consensus of y'all's messages from the full moon in Leo is celebrate good times. Come on. Really just allow yourself to receive, allow yourself to have fun, allow yourself to celebrate and be celebrated. This is, I was going to say, this is not a work harder, but it's a work smarter situation. But really, it's not even like a work smarter situation. It's just a keep being who you are for your pride. And give yourself recognition for how far you come. Give yourself praise and celebration. Celebrate yourself for getting yourself to this point and to the points of celebration that are on the horizon. Okay? And make that a lifestyle everlastingly so for you. And as I've been saying, everlastingly so, let me go ahead and acknowledge the number 6, just a number of reflection, is also a number of support and recognition from your specific audience or your specific village, divinely designed, that is. As well as when it calls you to reflect like childhood stuff, it calls you to reflect on what your childhood, what your village, what the elders, the adults, and whatnot taught you about support and about recognition and things of that nature in your childhood that plays a part or has played a part in your adulthood and such. So yeah. But yeah, honey, again, number 6 is also about recognition from your divinely designed audience and or your divinely designed environment and or partner. I've got the number 2, which is the number of partnerships. It's also a love number, and of course, it's a number of duality. Okay, it's a light and dark army, which side to choose. And it's a time and a place for everything type shit. So sometimes you got to show up dual, just as it may. You put 6 and 2 together, you get 8, which is a number of infinity. It is also a karmic number, as above, so below. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that calls you out to remember as well, what you do in one place is what you do everywhere. Humans are inevitably consistent in ways that are the truth about whoever it is that they are. So, for instance, there's really no such thing as a good father who treats the mama like shit. You can't treat the mama like shit and be a good father. Even if it looks that way on the surface, that's not possible. Because if you don't treat the mama right, you're not treating the kids right. That's the domino effect. See how that word has come up again? Domino effect? That's not a coincidence. That's the domino effect. How you treat the mama is how you treat the children, inevitably. Okay? And so, also, how you treat the children is how you end up treating the mama. One way or another, also, it can become triangulation and division. Okay? So you're treating the mama bad, but you're treating the kids good. Now the kids have become a weapon towards the mama. Or you're treating the kids bad, but you're treating the mama good. Now the mama has become a weapon to the kids. hmm Also, for instance, people being disorganized. Let's say someone is disorganized in general, but they think they can get away with cheating. They might get away with it for a little bit, but they really think in their mind they're gonna get away with it forever because they do whatever. But in general, you're unorganized. So if you're unorganized, you're sloppy, which means you leave a trail. So you're gonna get caught. Like whatever is habituated and whatever is genuinely authentic about you is going to show, period. It's going to show in everything that you do one way or another, whether it's on the surface or not. And so that's a huge message there as well to be aware of for yourself, as well as when it comes to your interactions with other people. Because also in this reflection, you're remembering There were some relationships that you thought they started out so good in the beginning and it was so good for so long and then out of nowhere it went crazy. But in your recollection, you realize even though it started off with more good that you were able to focus on, those red flags, those signs and signals of what it became was always there. There were just a slew of other shiny things or mimic chest or compliments and adornment or gifts or pomp and circumstance or celebrations and things of that nature. Just other things were going on, other performative or mask and things that they had on distracted you and or enabled you to blind yourself and or call those red flags something that they weren't. Oh, that's not red, that's orange. It's not red, that's burgundy. You see? So that's also what the recollection, that call to action to recollect, remember who you are, and remember where you've been, remember your experiences, and transmute those things into wisdom. Maintain that wisdom because it's gonna help your sense of discernment, especially as you move forward. Because you know, I ain't gonna say sad to say because these ninjas won't hold us back. You know what I'm saying? Period. All the while, the light also attracts the dark. So it's gonna always be some people that want to try to fucking challenge the sun. And they're gonna be black holes, you know what I'm saying, one way or another. You just assure that you don't become a black hole with them. And a part of that is maintaining your sense of wisdom and remembering who you are. Simba. But y'all, I believe it's about that time where I remind y'all, you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. You teach a man a fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. Y'all go fishing, baby. And with all that being said, child, if I do say so myself, honey, I have milked this couch right. And I am thoroughly appreciative for the exchange of vibes. And if you're feeling synchronized, please do me a divine design and like, share, and subscribe so that you can be one of the first to be back through these queenly quotas for the next time. And be sure to bless that comment section with your questions and conversations. And as always, I bid you in all ways light, love, healing, and liberation. Emphasis on liberation. Mwah.